All right, fellas, you guys are off and running.
All right, I got you. Welcome here to OCHS Live and back with another NFL preview and review. Here with me today is Eli Hansford down in the bottom corner, Colby Young up in the top corner. We got Bam Bam Lewis in the top right corner, and Malachi Mefford down here as your studio broadcaster of the day. So our first game of the day would be we're going to talk about our college football playoff game versus the Washington Huskies and the Michigan Go Blue Wolverines. And here, here's our final for the game, and we got Michigan and J.J. McCarthy and Michael Penix Jr. Colby, what do you think about this game? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. Washington couldn't get anything going. I mean, they had wide open receivers and they just couldn't come down with it at one point. And Michigan just ran the ball on them, and that's all they had to do.
Yeah, the two big plays there by their backup quarterback or backup running back with two 46 yarders, bang bang.
Yep.
And I watched it sitting at the Mexican restaurant in town, Mi Viejo, and watched the whole first half there. And I seen the plays. I was like, golly, cannot get nothing going. And you could see Penix threw 51 balls because he was down most of the game. Eli, did you watch this game at all?
No, I didn't have a chance, but from what I saw, it looked like Michigan kind of dominated the second half, and that's kind of what decided it.
Yeah, they did. I seen something that was like, yeah, they just didn't need to go at halftime. Just keep playing.
Yeah. Didn't really watch the second half of this. After the first half, I went to bed. It was over from halftime. But Blake Corum, he's a solid running back. We're gonna be seeing either next year or if he comes in the NFL a couple years after, he's gonna be one person we're gonna be talking about.
Yeah, for sure. What J.J. McCarthy only had to throw it 18 times, which is really,
That's what Colby was talking about. They
Yeah.
was running the ball the entire game.
there's because Washington looked like they had a lot of sparks, but just couldn't get nothing going. Like Kobe said, just dropping a lot of passes, could never get going back at it. So it's just hard to. It was a hard game to watch if you were wanting to Washington to win for sure.
Yeah.
But
I'm pretty sure we talked about this last week, and all y'all said Huskies, and I was the only one.
Yeah, I had
I
Washington
was
winning
the
this
only
game.
one.
Michigan.
yeah, I think Eli. I think it was a two-way split. I think it was me and Colby win Washington, and you all win Huskies, or you all win Wolverines. But I was
I expected a better turnout.
I was expecting a better game for
It's
sure.
the same thing as last year.
Yeah, it was. But what do y'all think about Harbaugh? You think he'll go to the NFL?
I've
Coach
seen
Harbaugh
I've
from
seen the
Michigan?
Chargers are looking at him. I've seen the Raiders are looking at him.
Yeah, I seen both. I seen both of those teams.
With the coaches who's been fired, he's got a good chance.
Yeah.
we got a big conversation today about all that and the coaches that are getting fired. So we're gonna move on to our actual NFL games here. So our first game of the day was Steelers and Ravens. What do you think, Eli?
I mean, it was just a dominant game in the trenches by the Steelers. They kind of dominated both sides of the ball, both defensive line and offensive line. Granted, it is important to note that Baltimore was playing
Their backups.
a lot of backups. Jackson was out, Zay Flowers was out, Kyle Hamilton was out, Beckham was out. I mean, they just had a lot of guys resting for either injury purposes.
I was about to
or-
say, don't say they was out. They was just
right
not
They were
playing
either
'cause they didn't wanna-
resting for
they didn't
injury
wanna take a
purposes
risk,
or
yeah.
just resting up because they had already had that one seed locked up.
yeah.
Yeah, the weather was bad, so
Yeah.
it was just
Yeah, I did.
running all
It
around.
was just like spit and rain the whole time. I was watching just bits and clips about every game, and this game I tuned into to just see what the weather was like, and it was not pretty.
But hey, Steelers made playoffs, which we'll get to a bit later.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
So they're on a 3-game winning streak. We'll see if they can keep that momentum going into the next week. But overall, I mean, it was a good game by the Steelers, contrary to what the score might make you think.
TJ Watt, didn't they say he got hurt?
Yeah,
Yep.
he has a grade 2 sprain, so he has been ruled out for the wild card.
I was about to say,
And
isn't
he'll
he out?
probably be ruled out next week if they even make it.
If
that
they
far.
win. So you think he'll be out 2 weeks for sure?
I think so.
Uh,
We'll see.
any other thoughts on this game?
I don't think anybody really watched.
Yeah, I didn't see much of this game.
this.
I seen something down the stretch, Eli. If mark me if I'm wrong, but I think down the stretch, did Baltimore have a shot at the end zone there?
Sort of, but that was like garbage time.
Yeah, I'd say
Steelers were
that's
up
what I thought.
17-7 at that
That's-
point.
that's
with
what I
like
thought.
2 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they had a shot, but so the next game here, this was a big game.
This was a big game.
This game right here was really big.
This game
Pull up them
ultimately
stats,
decided
buddy.
who won
Yeah,
the
pull it
division.
up.
Yeah, this was a very big game. We got you got Minshew Magic. My fault, fellas. Minshew Magic versus CJ Stroud.
Yep, and we all said if CJ Stroud plays, that was gonna be the
That's
factor.
Yep, for
Yep.
sure. So
And I mean, if you watched this game, which I watched the end of it,
yep,
the Colts had multiple opportunities to be there and
to win, yeah.
but they dropped them.
Something that drops off the page to me is Jonathan Taylor at 30 touches and 188 yards.
Yes.
He had a good
It's just
good day.
that's
I know
touching it a lot, and also that's productive at 6.3 average there.
I saw he got hurt at some point in the game,
Oh dang.
but clearly it didn't impact
Yeah, I would
him
say it didn't affect him.
whatsoever. But maybe that has something to do as to why he wasn't in on that final play. The drop pass by VJ Goodson, or Tyler Goodson.
Tyler Goodson,
My
yeah.
apologies.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't really.
Something I see that's a little crazy is Cameron Johnston,
Yeah.
negative 23 yards on one
I
carry.
did. I was looking down the screen there on the left hand side, and it said 1 for negative 23. Did you just run straight backwards? What do you do, fellas?
I'm not sure what happened on
We'll have
that.
to go watch that.
I'm guessing it was like a bobbled punt or something.
Bobbled
That'd be my
punt?
guess.
Maybe a bad snap.
Oh yeah, then you probably try to catch it and run with it. And that counted as that.
I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. We'll have to go watch that. Something else. Nico Collins, 195. That's a big day.
That's
Yep.
With,
huge day for him.
I seen his touchdown first play of the game.
The 75.
75 yarder. Did you? Yeah, you caught it. Bang, right down.
Yep.
Threw it very well. CJ Stroud looked pretty dominant most of the game. Yeah, it's also you can see by his numbers 20 for 26,
Yep.
64,
No
2 touchdowns,
interceptions.
no interceptions. A good QBR at 88.1.
I think they're gonna make some noise.
They'll make a bang. What do you?
Mm.
We'll have to talk about that here on our preview for the next week. So our next game here, Colby, what do you think?
Well, I didn't watch much of this game, but started out the Bengals were winning 24-0. Kind of expected that with most of our offense and defense resting for this week coming up.
I was
So
about to say who's
I think
Jeff Driscoll.
Jeff Driscoll, we just signed him. I think his first pass was an interception. So
that's always great.
I will say it is important to note that the AFC North, shout out to them,
Yep.
because every single team in that division for the first time since 1935 had a winning record.
Yeah, for sure. That's a big accomplishment.
last time it was like that was when it was the NFL and the AFL.
Yes. Mixon had a big day for the Bengals. 111, only with 14 touches. So that's pretty solid.
They shared the ball. Who?
David Bell had a pretty good day on the Brown side. Starting to get the ball a little bit more. 2 touchdowns, only with 4 receptions.
That's
Yeah, that's a big day. 4 of 4 too. So
Yep.
yeah, he had a pretty big day. Jerome Ford, not a lot in the backfield, but I guess they probably didn't want to make him touch it too much.
Yep.
Yeah, this game wasn't really too much to talk about besides the AFC North having
Made history.
made
Yep.
history, made
Yep.
records. So this game was pretty big as well. We got the Lions and the Vikings. So we got Nick Mullins versus Jared Goff. Jared Goff played well, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Nick Mullins played pretty well as well, but
determined factor was 2
Timely, yeah, it was 2 interceptions there, and
Yep.
Detroit clinches the third
Third seed.
of the NFC. So let's Vikings are out. Nothing to talk about with them. What do y'all think? Colby had Detroit in his Super Bowl prediction last week. I think
Yeah,
it was
that was,
Detroit and the Brownies.
A little
Col-
wild if you ask me, but
It's possible.
It's possible. Hey, anything's possible.
Yep.
Amara St. Brown, big day.
Justin Jefferson had a heck of a day as well.
Yeah.
192 yards.
One question I have: why did Dan Campbell play his starters? Yes, you could have gotten the number 2 seed, but yes, Sam Laporta.
Yeah.
got hurt.
That's
Yeah.
that's a big risk.
Apparently right now, it's a long shot for him to play on Sunday against the Rams.
Yeah, that's
But
different.
that's why coaches tend to rest their starters
Yep.
in situations like that when you have the division locked up and you can just cruise into the playoffs knowing you'll have a home playoff game. So why did he play the starters? To get them battle tested?
Maybe
It's a big risk.
big risk, high risk, high reward for sure because you don't see a lot. Also, in the college football, they just bowl games. They'll just tank them for the NFL, so it don't really matter. The bowl games don't really matter.
One suggestion I have for the Lions: as a result of Sam Laporta getting hurt, Zach Ertz is a free agent. Why not pick him up?
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
a guy that has playoff experience. He's
And it-
won a Super
yep,
Bowl.
it's the same thing as Flacco. He has experience, and you can't take that away from somebody.
Yeah, we'll see. Bam, what jumps off the screen to you here?
Well, once y'all said St. Brown and Justin Jefferson, both of them are one of the best top wide receivers in the game. But did you point at the negative 12 yards?
Yeah, the negative 12 from Justin Jefferson in the backfield. I don't know.
Don't know what that was about.
Little halfback toss.
A question I got involving Justin Jefferson is, where do y'all think he's going to go somewhere else this offseason?
They're gonna give him the 5th-year option
Yeah.
for anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
It depends on if they get him.
He's gonna reset the wide receiver market
Yes.
with his contract.
For sure. Next game on the market here.
Very big game as
Thank you,
well.
Titans.
Yeah.
Thank you, Titans.
Thank you, Titans. What do you think about this one, Eli? Did you tune in?
Oh
or-
yeah, I
King
was,
Henry.
I was watching the entire time.
Okay.
But to be honest, Jacksonville really beat themselves in this game. They had so many opportunities and they just fell short. But I think this gives us a lot more questions than answers. Is Trevor Lawrence really the future there in Jacksonville? Can he be that clutch quarterback that they want him to be? Is Doug Peterson the right coach? I mean, look, you had what was it, an 8-3 start to the season, and then to finish 9-8 on the outside looking in at the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Yep.
I mean, it's just bad. But that's why you don't mess with the terrible towel.
It is true. I seen that.
You don't mess with the terrible towel.
What do we think about Derrick Henry and his after game speech? Do
That
we
he's
think?
gone.
I didn't hear it. I didn't.
Well,
pay
I'm
attention.
saying
Oh, him getting mad about.
no. He was saying like
He
if
was
you
like-
I'm saying thank
He was
you
thanking to
Thank
the
for the
fans
great-
and stuff.
years of my life for
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't see nothing.
What do we
about
think that means? Do we think he's gonna?
he's gone. He's a free agent.
Yeah, he's gone. He's
Yeah.
gone.
Where-
he's most likely going to be gone.
Where do you think he'd land up at?
Where he landed?
Best.
Baltimore.
I hope
As
so.
much as it pains me to say.
Oh my
I
god.
hope so.
Oh my god.
Have Lamar and him in the backfield.
Cole.
Try stop.
What's that do for the AFC North?
It's going to strengthen it a lot.
Try and stop it.
I would not be surprised also the Bengals possibly also
Try.
try to get him
I
just
think a
because
lot of teams are gonna try.
I imagine Joe Mixon's gone after this year.
Is he a
Yeah,
free
I
agent?
can see
I
something.
think so.
His
think-
contract's gonna be done, so it's just gonna depend on if they're wanting a speed back or if they're wanting a power back.
Yeah.
They're for sure gonna put some interest into Henry because he's just
He's too big of a
he's
beast
big
to
of a
not.
yeah, he's too big not to
Not to go after.
go after. Yep. Tannehill got the start over Levis. That's big for him for the win at least.
Yeah.
Lawrence, two interceptions to 1 interception, so you can't say you could probably say it
That's what caused the game
was
probably.
game probably.
Again, Jacksonville was just beating themselves this game. They had opportunities, just couldn't.
Couldn't make them.
So
Yeah. I mean,
Well-
that's really all I have on this game.
What was so the playoff implication on this game? We said Eli was something for the Steelers, correct?
Yes, if the Titans ended up winning, and that would mean Jacksonville would lose, the Steelers would clinch a playoff spot with a win, and they got the win. And as a result, the Steelers are in the playoffs.
There you go.
Did they make the playoffs?
Yes.
Here's the game here. You got the Jets and the New England Patriots.
Surprised you didn't do the GETS.
Bill
That's-
Belichick done in New England.
I think he's done.
Yeah.
With a
I'd say
4-13 record,
What? So
done.
I was talking to someone a couple days ago, and it was like, is he really a good coach, or is he just had Tom Brady?
He just had Tom Brady.
What do y'all think?
I saw this thing, and
I
it was
mean,
like,
he used to be on the Browns, and he didn't do much then.
yeah. Julian Edelman was talking about, and he was like, yes, Bill Belichick was our coach, but we played for Tom Brady.
Let's see
That
that.
proves
Look,
that everybody revolved around Tom.
here's the thing. The Patriots have always had a good defense. And
Oh, yeah, they
Oh,
have.
for sure.
And that's no different this year, despite the finish to the season, 4-13.
Yeah.
They still had a pretty good defense.
Yep.
Despite everything.
Yeah, I mean, you can't.
I
you
think
can't
that's credit to
complain.
coaching because the offense isn't in control of that.
No,
No,
defensive coordinator defense is all, that's all there.
that's
So I think if you can get Bill Belichick on a good team, Chargers maybe, I think he can have some success there. But
yeah.
as of right now, I don't think it's going to work out anymore.
Yep.
in New England.
No, he's gonna get the boot, I think, for sure. Brees Hall, 37 touches, woof, and 178 yards with a
Yep.
long of 50, and that's a lot of times touching the ball.
Yeah.
That's about the only good thing both teams had. Both quarterbacks not very well.
No,
They both threw
A
the ball
combined
for
20 of 50 with
yeah.
158 yards is
That's
not something you want from two quarterbacks.
Yeah, it wasn't a game worth watching. No.
QBR
And,
1.8.
I mean,
QBR
Bailey
2.8.
Zappi had 7 sacks.
Yeah, that's horrible.
50. He's getting beat up.
Yeah.
He's getting beat up. This game, the next one here,
Falcons and Saints.
Falcons Saints.
This was Arthur Smith's last game as a head coach.
Yeah, I saw that.
We gotta start coaches that get fired. So what do we got here? Coaches that get fired. We got Falcons.
Yep.
Arthur
Arthur
Smith.
Brandon Staley, of course, Josh McDaniels way earlier on in the season. Mike Vrabel, though, that was
That's
Yeah.
that was surprising.
that was a surprise. He'll be unemployed until next week.
I think he could possibly, if Bill Belichick does leave, I think he could
He'll slide
Phil-
find a spot in New England.
Maybe. But in regards to this game, the Falcons were in it until they weren't.
Yep.
It was close in the first.
I was about to say, it looks like it was close
Halftime,
the
it was
first time.
tied.
Yeah.
Yeah, halftime was tied up at 17 apiece.
And they just put up an
Saints
egg.
just ran away with it.
Yeah, for sure. There with that.
And as a result, Saints are keeping Dennis Allen, which I personally think is a mistake. But Saints get the win. Fortunately, he couldn't make playoffs. But
Yeah. Bijan had a big day. 103 in the air.
not so on the ground.
Not
Nope.
so on the ground, but I mean, he had a big day in the air. Yards are yards.
Both quarterbacks had very good games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Both quarterbacks did play well. Desmond Ritter, 291, and Derek Carr at 264 and 4 touchdowns.
I want to say that pick that Ritter threw was a pick six, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's bad.
So I think that was when the game started to turn around.
That probably was whenever the game started to turn. Next game here would be the Bucks and the Panthers. This is a terrible game.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We
Look.
probably don't even need to look at it.
Terrible game, especially for
No touchdowns.
Tampa making the playoffs.
Okay.
No touchdowns.
Look, Tampa, you made the playoffs, but after seeing this game against the 2-15 Carolina Panthers, how confident are you really that you can make a deep run?
They got Baker Mayfield. That's all.
And
I'm
it
gonna
wasn't like they didn't play anybody. They played everybody.
Yeah, I don't think anyone should be scared to go against Tampa Bay.
say.
That's for sure.
Maybe the Eagles is how they've been playing. But, I mean, just not a good game all around on both sides. Bryce Young, once again,
Terrible.
concluding his rookie year with just another dud.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Again, I haven't seen a ton of the Panthers this year. I don't know how much of that is on him. or if it's just the team around him that's really bad.
He
Probably both.
he really don't have an offensive line. Carolina's like, we're gonna get the number 1 overall, and we don't need any other people for him. And we seen how that went. They
Yeah.
went 2-15.
Yeah, for sure.
And now they don't have the first pick for this year. They don't have like
Yep.
the second
I don't think they
overall
have a
pick.
first round pick at all.
Yeah, for these next 3 years.
Yeah, for trading all that away.
Yep.
They got screwed for that. The next game here, Packers and
The Bears.
the Bears. What do we think about the Packers and the Bears?
Well, Packers clinched the playoff spot with this win.
Yes.
They were a winning in scenario. Jordan Love, once again, playing productive, playing clean. 2 touchdowns, 316 yards. Only 5 incompletions on the day.
Yeah, that's solid. Aaron Jones, a good day in the backfield.
But I think the big question is, what do the Bears do with Justin Fields? Do they keep him? Do they trade him? Put him on the bench? What do they do with him?
Trade him.
Got number 1 pick.
They do have the
They do have the
Yep.
number 1
That's why
pick.
it's a question. Because Bears can do whatever. They can take a
Yep.
quarterback. They can maybe
Get a receiver. You never know.
Marvin Harrison.
I think you
think
take Ivan
I've heard-
Harrison. and
I know
give
I know the fans
Fields
want
a
Justin
shot.
Fields.
I heard something about Marvin Harrison that he might stay for his 4th year at Ohio State. And because his dad played in the NFL and was like, hey, you need a degree. It's like, you also, because you can't play in the NFL forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he was like, he was questioning about staying another year. So what's that say for Ohio State?
You take Caleb Williams, number 1, USC. The NFL guy.
You could also do that. You could also take a quarterback and either scare Justin Fields to be playing better, or if he starts playing horrible, you put him in.
You have a decent
think-
backup.
Yeah.
plan.
If you ask me, I think you have to keep Fields. Try and build the offensive line around him, build up the defense.
Yeah, I'm probably at keep Fields as well. But it's just like he has a lot he needs to work on for sure. But also he got sacked five times.
Yep.
You're gonna have to put some support around him. But a star wide receiver would be a lot of help for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
He has a star,
No,
DJ Moore.
no.
Get him more targets though, because I mean he has 2 targets really, DJ Moore and Cole Kmet. You
Yeah.
take you can double both them or something like that, and I mean he has nobody else to throw to.
Yeah.
You get him that one more receiver, they can't double both of them. Somebody's gonna be open.
Yeah, you gotta. They need that third. They need a star third wide receiver. A wide receiver 2 wouldn't even be bad to play behind DJ Moore, but
Yep.
they would have to be. They would have to be right there fighting for the first wide receiver 1 spot. So let's move to the next game. With that one being said, this game nobody probably tuned into this game,
Nope.
but because it really didn't have no implications on much besides the Broncos, and the Broncos didn't do anything. So like normal for the past couple of weeks. I see Jimmy Garoppolo got 1 pass. I don't know what that's for because they ain't played him all year. But what we think here, Eli? What's this about? Like we said, Vegas fired their head coach
Yeah, they fired him like
way on in,
Yeah.
They fired him way on in the season, so they're gonna be looking for a new guy.
I know the fans want Antonio Pierce, the current interim. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think he's done terrible.
No, he hasn't been. And I know the guys in the locker room really like him a
Yep.
lot. But Zamir White, 25 carries, 112 yards. Honestly, he's been more productive than Josh Jacobs has this season.
What do we think both these teams need in this draft coming up?
That is a good question. Well, let's assume the Broncos trade away Russell Wilson.
They need a
They
quarterback.
would need a quarterback. If not, they need a wide receiver.
Yeah, they need a stud wide receiver.
The Raiders probably want a quarterback
Yep.
as well. But unfortunately, both going 8 and 9, neither of them really have a great draft pick. So
Yeah,
it's
they're both
tough
going-
to say.
Aiden O'Connell has had a pretty good stretch of games though.
Yeah, he's played well.
He's played good here, and then he's played bad
yeah,
sometimes.
he's
Yeah.
played good about 3 games, bad about 3 games. And it's just it's gonna
Iffy.
it's gonna be different for both teams because next year, what do you think they're gonna do with Russell Wilson? Because we said he can be released. They can release him if they need to.
Yeah, because he's still on his
He's-
last
He's
contract.
still in his Seattle Seahawks.
Based on everything
stop,
that
y'all.
I've heard, I think he's gone.
I'm expecting
he's
it.
gone.
Yeah,
What do you think? Where do you think he'll land? Because you think somebody will get him?
somebody. will pick
Someone's
him up.
gonna get him. I think the Falcons might be a good fit, personally.
I mean, he could even go to New England or something like that. You never know.
Yeah,
Yeah, he could go somewhere.
someone's gonna pick him up just for a backup.
I would say
They
that
may pick him up as a starter.
Starter.
But this does raise the question: was Russell Wilson just a product of Pete Carroll? Or...
That is a big question because I was thinking the same thing about because Pete Carroll's such a good coach.
Yep. He's not done much after that.
Do you think if Russell Wilson goes to the Patriots, Belichick stays?
Hard to say. I mean, at this point, we just don't know enough.
Yeah.
Conversation. Look how good Geno Smith is doing this year.
That's what I'm saying.
With Pete Carroll. Geno wasn't much before that, and now he's
Yeah. Now
It's true.
Now he's a Pro Bowl.
caliber player.
Yeah, and that's just the thing is Pete Carroll, and that's what you'll see down here in about a couple games is
Yep.
Pete Carroll wins a big game he needs to win, but he's also not in the playoffs because Green Bay won as well.
Yeah,
So we'll see here. The next game would be the Giants versus the Eagles. What do you think about this one, fellas?
This was a mess for the Eagles.
Yes.
I did have this game correctly picked last week. I do remember that.
Hey,
Yeah, you can celebrate that victory, Colby. Celebrate that victory.
I think Malachi did as well because I think he said Tommy DeVito, but
Yes, sir, baby.
Tommy DeVito did get in. Had 2 for 2 on the day.
hey, perfect.
I think it's important to note that Jalen Hurts is hurt.
Yep,
I was about to
his
say.
finger.
Yeah, his finger popped out of place. Did not look good. AJ Brown also went down with an injury.
Yep.
On top of Devonta Smith already being hurt. So the Eagles are really beat up. heading
They're
into the
struggling
playoffs here.
in this.
And then
Stretch.
also they're not playing good.
They're not.
They're not playing good at all. I mean, they've lost like 5 of their last 6,
Yeah,
Sounds about right.
something like that. I mean, or
Yeah, that's
4 of their last 6, 5 of their last 6.
something like that.
Yeah, they're not playing good, and it's hard to see because they started off so well, and we all were talking them and the Niners, them and the Cowboys, NFC Championship.
no one said Cowboys.
Then
Only you
them
said
big
Cowboys.
games.
This is about like last year. They started out 11-0,
Yeah,
Yep.
and then they just go downhill. They just
it's just like
gets to playoff time and they just start struggling.
Choke.
I mean, we're not seeing a lot of.
I don't know. I don't know if they get too comfortable or what, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time you get to 11 wins, you know, hey, I'm making the playoffs. With
Yeah.
11 wins. So I mean, you win your first 11 games. I mean, tank the rest of the season. But
For New York, Wandale Robinson had a pretty good game. Top receiver. Glad to see a Kentucky player
Doing
getting
good.
some more.
yeah, Frankfurt
Work.
fella.
Yep.
Yeah. But with AJ Brown going down, we'll have to keep tuned in to some status on him because if they don't have AJ Brown or
Devontae Smith.
For him, that's
their passing game,
Possibly hurts.
yeah, possibly hurts. Their season's done for.
yeah.
Next game here, we got the Giants or the Seahawks versus the Arizona Cardinals. And the Seahawks don't get in because of the Packers win. But they did what they needed to do and win in a football game. So
Arizona played really good in this game.
yeah,
Yep.
they did. They played really well, but not good enough.
Yes.
I didn't tune in those games.
James Conner got his 1,000 rushing yards.
Saw that.
I seen
Yeah.
that. That's big for him. Big accomplishment.
Kyler Murray. He's still been playing some great ball once he came back. They've only won 4 games, but If he stays healthy next season, I expect a couple more wins than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-13, not a good year for them. But with due to injury, hurt their season. Should we quit yawning, Malachi?
I mean, you can see how close they were to a team that was almost in the playoffs, that could have been in the playoffs, and I mean they only lost by one game.
Cardinals get 7 or 8 wins next season.
Oh yeah.
So,
I think so.
what do you think about the future of
Kyle Murray.
no, the Seahawks? I mean, you got a lot of you got
You got a lot
you got
young
Kenneth
talent.
Walker there. You got some young talent. Geno Smith. I mean, he's playing like Coach McCarthy was telling us over there. He was like, you didn't really know much about Geno Smith until last couple.
They wrote him off, but he
last
didn't
2
write
years.
back.
Yeah.
Until he came to Seattle.
Yep.
So I don't know. Got a lot of. You think the Seahawks next year will be better than 9-8?
I think either that or they'll be right back around there.
I'm
Right.
gonna
But
say
I
pretty.
think-
I'm gonna say pretty close.
I think we'll see a playoff.
You think they'll make the
Yeah.
playoffs next year?
I think if they get another receiver just to help out DK Metcalf
We'll see
and
it.
Tyler
We'll see
Lockett, I
playoff.
think that'll.
Do you think that'll help them?
I think that could push them to maybe 10 wins, 11 wins.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
But I could see them also 8-9, 9-8, same spot they're in right now.
Colby said wide receiver for the. What do y'all think's the best? What's a need for these?
Definitely a
these
wide
teams?
receiver just to help.
Oh,
Or a
O-line,
tight end. Or a tight end.
tight end, a third option is what
Yes.
y'all are saying. What do you think, Eli, for the
O-line.
O-line for both teams, or what do you-
O-line for both teams, yeah.
both teams? What do y'all think about the Cardinals? What do y'all think?
Yeah, they definitely needed O-line. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're going to keep him.
I think they should
I think they keep him and try to get him O-line and then see how this year goes.
try and get him one healthy season. If
Yeah.
he stays healthy next year, go based off of that for the following year.
So yeah, you gotta figure out a lot there. This next game here is no count, but we can give a little bit of some intel, I guess. Chiefs Chargers 13-12.
Does anyone have anything notable? I guess Patrick Mahomes,
all the guys, all their
Rasheed Rice,
all our
Travis
guys,
Kelce,
yeah,
they
all
were
their-
sitting out.
All of them are
all their
out.
guys didn't play. So I mean, I knew it was gonna be bad for the Chiefs. Sitting at 11-6, pretty solid.
But they're in the playoffs.
They're in the playoffs. No, it doesn't matter. They're in the playoffs. We got the Chargers there. Did not make the playoffs. Had a terrible season
Yeah.
compared to last year. Just played terrible. Eckler never got going. Herbert got hurt, and they just put him on IR.
Elcor was one of those people when you was doing your fantasy draft this year, they was like, do not take him.
Yeah, they did say that. They kind of predetermined.
And it shows.
Yeah.
Averaging 1.1 yards a carry.
Yeah, that's not very good.
The only notable thing that I have from this game, and it's not even from the game, is just Travis Kelce ended his streak of 1,000-yard seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, by
He-
not playing.
He
I think he only
was
needed like
16,
12 or
something-
16. Yeah,
something like that.
I figured they may have put him in for a catch, but no,
Anyone else have anything notable?
no,
No.
not really.
Not really. That it was a pretty crappy game all around.
Yes.
Next game, Rams Niners. Rams are scary.
Yep. Puka Nakua
I mean,
got his rookie
He got his
record.
rookie
We
record,
got
saw
the winning
that.
record. I mean, even though
And then right as he got it, the coach started yelling, get the ball and get him out.
I think he's up for debate for sure.
up for debate for sure for Rookie of the Year, but
Carson Wentz proving that he can still be a backup somewhere.
Yep.
he can still play. But
I mean, he led the Rams in rushing yards.
But
Yeah, it's saying something.
but this game did not matter for
No.
either team.
no, this game didn't matter
They were resting starters on both sides.
Yeah.
for sure.
All the Rams was trying to do is get Puka his rookie record, and that's about it.
And get him out.
Yeah.
You can't say, but I think the Rams are going to be scary in the
I
playoffs.
definitely
yeah.
can see them knocking
Yeah.
out.
I can see them knocking out somebody in the playoffs. I think they're going to be scary. We're going to have to look and see who they got.
That's going to be an interesting game against the Lions.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
It's
For
it's got some history.
So yeah, it does have some history. Our next game here wasn't really a game either. But the Cowboys did play everybody. They had to
they
clinch
needed to win the division.
NFC East,
Yeah.
and they did with the loss of the
Philly.
Eagles and the loss of the Niners. I mean, they got some help there. They got a lot they need to
I mean, Washington's just not good. I mean,
No.
They need offensive line.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, for sure. Because we talked about Sam Howell all year, and Sam, he played well. I mean,
here's the thing. Sam Howell, like, I don't even know if I can say that he was ever given a chance behind that offensive line.
Yeah.
And with the terrible coaching, which of course Ron Rivera
Right.
was fired.
yeah, Ron Rivera got fired there. On our screen right here, if we scroll down just a little bit, who will be the next head coach for the Commanders? That's the question.
I think they should elevate their offensive coordinator. What's his name? Guy for the Chiefs last year. Yep, there it is. Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah, for the Commanders. You think so? You think just elevate him because is is he successful at the offensive coordinator position? I guess.
Yeah, he was. I mean, of course, he had a lot of success in Kansas City. Now maybe they won't even look at him because of the downfall Sam Howell had, but I
Yep.
think he should at least be given a look.
yeah, next season for the Commanders, I see about the same.
Yeah. I don't. See
I don't
nothing.
see them, maybe picking up a 5th, 6th win or something, but they ain't doing anything crazy. I don't think next year.
Cowboys. What do we got?
Don't say no championship Super Bowl game.
They're tough. I mean,
They're tough. I mean,
They're tough. I'm
you
not
can't
gonna
say they're not
But-
tough. I mean, they're 12-5.
They always
They're gonna
choke.
get tough out.
They always
they're,
choke.
they could. For,
And every game they lost this season was away. They were 4-5 away, not at home. I mean,
Yeah.
they won every game they played at home this year,
And they haven't.
and they have the
Home
home
games.
advantage. I mean,
At least
you can't say
I
it's
see
not
them
something to
making it-
think about.
I mean, that gives
They'll
them
make
the
it past the
best
first round.
odds.
They're not going to be not something.
I think they for sure have a chance to make it all the way to the NFC the NFC Championship.
they're going to have to play. They're going to play Philadelphia,
That's an easy.
and then they're going to have to play the 49ers.
That's gonna be their tough game.
That's going to be a tough. I mean,
That's gonna be a matchup.
we have not said nothing bad about the 49ers all season. They're
No.
the best team in NFL, behind the Ravens probably. The Ravens, 49ers, and then the Cowboys.
Well, guess we'll just have to wait and see.
That's what it is.
I see that as a pretty good top 3. I think something that's crazy that a lot of people are saying goes up with this next matchup, the Bills. Everyone has the Bills being 3rd, 4th best team to win the Super Bowl this year.
I don't
And
see it.
I mean,
they
and
played bad.
this
all
game,
year.
they could have been knocked out of the playoffs with a loss and a bunch and other
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
The NFC's tough. The AFC's tough. Both divisions are.
All divisions.
All divisions are playing. A lot. You got a lot of teams playing bad football, but you also have a lot of teams playing good football.
I'll say this: neither team in this game played particularly
No,
well.
they did not play.
No,
Doesn't
neither team acted
inspire-
like they wanted to win.
Doesn't inspire a lot of confidence in me going into the playoffs for both sides.
Yep.
But the
But
hard.
shout out to Buffalo for winning the
Yeah,
East.
they won.
Um,
But you got to think Miami is now going to have to go to Arrowhead.
Yeah.
They're going to Arrowhead to play, and like
That's a tough
like a
place to
Bengals fan like me, know it's a hard place to win at Arrowhead.
Yes.
In AFC, no matter if you're playing the AFC Championship, you're playing in the wild card game.
Just the sound in there.
The sound,
The
it's
atmosphere.
tough.
Yep.
It's tough to win, especially playing against an elite quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, an elite tight
They
end.
had a chance
Taylor
to be playing in Miami with 80-degree weather.
Yeah, 80 degrees and hot where they live.
Where now they have to go and play in a cold game.
in Arrowhead
mean,
in Missouri.
Yep.
Yes.
Both quarterbacks, 2 interceptions each. Josh Allen's doing the same thing he's done all year, turn the ball over.
Turn
He's only had 8 incompletions, but 2 of those, a quarter of his incompletions are going to the defense, so that's not winning football.
Yep.
But they were able to end up winning against a Miami team that did not play good at all.
They played their offense after they started off the season so hot, and after they had one bad loss,
It
and
kind of.
then after the
stumped
offense
them.
clicking. I mean, they just had Tua.
Do we think people are figuring out how to stop it, or do you think they're just not clicking?
I
Like
just don't think they're clicking.
I think a lot of it they just struggle against winning teams.
Yeah.
I seen where they haven't beat a team with
They've-
over 500.
They beat one, and that was 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Besides that, they've yet to beat a team that's above 500.
Eli, what do you think?
I mean, I really don't have too many thoughts on this game. I didn't watch a ton of it.
This
but
was indeed for probably the biggest game, though,
yeah,
of the
no,
day.
no, 100%. But I mean, neither team really inspires a lot of confidence in me going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to see. Playoffs is a different game.
Yep.
Everyone's records at 0-0.
Yep.
Win in advance.
Yep.
All right, so now we're moving on to our review for the week, our preview.
Wild card weekend.
Wild card weekend. Cole, take this one away. What do you got here?
It's
This
gonna be
is
a little.
statewide.
It's gonna be a little tougher this game as they will have C.J. Stroud, of course.
It is important to know that Browns and Texans did play a few weeks earlier, with the Browns crushing the Texans. Now, CJ Stroud was not playing in that game,
Yeah.
but it is something to note.
Texans still had about the same defense. So if we can get that same passing game going, and if we can strengthen our run game, I don't see why we can't win this game and advance.
Yeah, this will be a really good game. Every game's going to be good to watch. Colb, I know you're obviously going with the Brownie.
Yep.
Eli, who do you got? Who do you think?
Cleveland pains me. Pains me, but Cleveland should
Cleveland.
win this game. Stroud is going to make a mistake or two
Yep.
going up against that.
With it being his first,
With it being also with being his first playoff. I mean,
Yeah.
he's first day back, first day out. So what do you got?
I still want to
Bam?
see the rookie do something.
You see,
I want to see him go
Texans?
further. Yep.
I'll go with you. I can say the Texans has a chance to win. I mean, this game's going to be really good. I can say the Texans are going to have a chance to win for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's who I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with the Texans. CJ Stroud needs to play careful, but he
also is dominant.
But he also needs to make his big plays.
Yep.
And there's gonna be something, I think, with the Browns that
There's gonna be
They're gonna-
one factor for either.
yeah,
team that
that's
ends
gonna
it.
lose it.
Yep.
And this game right here, this next one here, game we just got done talking about.
Yep.
Are the Miami Dolphins versus the Kansas City Swifts.
exclusively on Peacock.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb.
Only on Peacock. What do we got here? I'll start this one because I've been thinking about this game pretty much all day, and you got Kansas City at Arrowhead, but you also have an electric offense if they're clicking.
Yeah.
And Kansas City's defense isn't on the top half of the scale for defenses in the NFL, probably. I mean, they probably are, but they're not top 10.
The team's left, they're
Out of the
for sure
teams left, they're
bottom
not-
7.
they're
They
the
are
bottom
actually.
Dude,
I think they are actually a top 10 defense, believe it or not.
I've not seen much from them. I mean, they got Chris Jones in the middle there. They got they just got solid players all around, but I mean, they know Tyreek Hill the best.
Yeah.
Out of any team in the playoffs, they know Tyreek Hill the best.
Going back to your old place,
Yeah,
playing your old team, playing your old quarterback.
Yeah, Tyreek knows how to play at Arrowhead, but does he know how to play on the opposing team?
Yep.
Which is like,
Yep.
no. Because
Chiefs
he never had it.
23-17.
Chiefs
23-17.
That's my prediction.
Cole, what you got?
So this whole week, you've seen things about how cold it's going to be, 0 degrees, low of -9 degrees. The media is wanting everyone to go Chiefs, Chiefs, Chiefs. I think Dolphins are going to find a way to sneak one out. It's going to come down to, I think Tyreek Hill's going to find a way to have a good game against
I
his
want
alma
to see
mater.
Tyreek Hill end it.
I'm with you too, Colby.
I want to see Tyreek Hill end
I
it.
think they're going to go out first round. I think it's going to be the Dolphins with the win, the victory.
I think a lot of it, the Chiefs are nowhere near how they've been in the years past.
No, for sure.
No.
Their chemistry and everything is just way down than it ever has been.
Both teams are slumping,
Yeah, both
but
teams
I think the weather is in favor of the Chiefs and the atmosphere as
Yep.
well, as we mentioned before. That's why I'm going with the Chiefs.
I think it'll be a pretty close game though.
it'll be close. I'm going to go 28-24 Dolphins.
So it's 3v1 here.
3v1 on that game.
You got Dolphins, Brennan?
You got Dolphins.
I want to see Tyreek Hill end it.
Yeah, that's right.
Eli. Tell us
Uh,
about this one, boss.
Well, first off, TJ Watt
Is not playing. Yep. I heard about
that's a
that.
big loss. Realistically, the Steelers should get crushed in
Yep.
this game. But if the Steelers can maintain a ground game, then sure, they have a chance. But I don't see it happening. I think they're going to get crushed personally, but it might be close.
Any given Sunday.
Any given
Yep.
Sunday. Both teams are red hot.
If they
I'm
can
gonna
contain the
go-
ball and not get rid of it, that's what's going to help them.
I'm going to go 23-10 Buffalo.
Oof.
23-10 Buffalo.
As much as it pains me.
Yeah, it's hard without TJ Watt not playing.
Yeah, that's your main
That's your
guy
main
on
go-to
defense.
defense.
Yeah.
So
It is important to note that Minka Fitzpatrick is coming back.
That'll help. That'll help.
And it will hopefully help the Steelers win the turnover battle, but I don't see them beating this red hot Buffalo team.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a tough game. I want the Steelers to win. It's gonna be tough. No TJ Watt. Bills. Everyone's got Bills going very far in the playoffs, and I would love to see the Steelers just knock them out early.
You
So
want to be an upset?
I'm gonna give it to the Steelers.
Eli,
17-14.
go give him a fist bump if he's gonna cheer for your team. We got yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bills. I mean, just the offense.
Red hot.
The offense for the Steelers sometimes just
Isn't
not,
there. Isn't there?
is not very good, and we're going Bills. Bills.
Yeah.
Bam went Bills. Colby went Steelers.
Yeah. Is it likely that the Bills win? Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Do I see a possibility?
If
Yes.
George Pickens is blocking, I think the Steelers have a shot.
This game right here,
I think it's a no blow.
Brennan's probably gonna pick the Packers.
No, this is a easy pick.
All right,
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Barely. It'll be
Barely.
closer. It'll be closer.
I think it's gonna be a good game.
Colby, what you got? Cowboys on top.
Yeah. We'll give Cowboys this one.
It's gonna go to the Cowboys.
I do think I think it's gonna be closer than a lot of people expect though.
We
tend to
the
agree.
boys.
I think it's gonna be a one-score game. May come down to a final drive.
Yeah, it might do something like that, but Cowboys. I mean, CeeDee Lamb gonna play great. Dak Prescott gonna play great.
All right, go to the next game.
Gonna play great.
Go to the next game.
They're just gonna play.
This is
play
the
good.
game.
This is gonna be a battle.
Yes.
This will be the game of the.
This will be
day.
the game everybody's watching.
This will be the game.
Game
everybody
of the
watches.
wild card for
What we got?
sure.
What we got here? We got a good game against two really good football teams.
Rams.
24-23. 1 point game. Colby.
Lions
Lions.
23
Rams have been
23-17.
Bam.
Touchdown.
Rams have been hot.
I want to see the Lions,
Slumping a bit.
but I don't know. 17-23 Lions. Lions on top. I want to see them.
Rams. I'll go Rams. We'll split it. We'll split this game 2-2. And there's something about the Rams. I mean, their defense isn't as good as it has been, but they got a shot to make some big plays. I mean, they got a great offense. Stafford, Nakua, Cup.
Yeah.
Great offense there. So Williams is playing well. Laporta being out, we said hurt.
Hurt. Yeah.
So we'll see how that game ends up. And the last game of the day, I don't think we'll have to talk too much about this game. But
No.
we can.
It's gonna be
All right, let's go Bucks.
it's gonna be closer than people expect.
Yeah.
Especially
It hurts.
given how the Eagles are with injuries currently.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles are barely going to pull this one out. It's going to be ugly.
But they'll
I think the
pull it.
Eagles
Yeah.
will.
I think the Eagles will get the job done.
Yeah,
All four.
I think we'll all force the Eagles. And that's our last game for tuning in to our Sunday preview and review, our Wednesday preview and review of the week.
See you next week.
See you next week. We're going to review our wild card games and talk about the next ones.
Go Steelers.
Go Brownies.
Brownies, go with them boys.
Can't cheer for them Bengals, can you?
With them boys. Cowboys.